Good afternoon from Disney's Hollywood Studios. We're here today to check out some of the stuff that is now in One Man's Dream. So what used to be One Man's Dream is now called Walt Disney Presents, and it's got the meet and greet with Star-Lord. It's got One Man's Dream, the movie still, and then it's got some previews of what's to come for Hollywood Studios, like a model of Toy Story Land, a section of the model for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now that we're out of the loud noises that Captain Phasma is making down the street there, I can tell you guys, I'm also excited to see like what has been done after the hurricane. Like, did they put all the scrims back up? Did they put the walls back up? What did they do here after the hurricane? Well, right away I can see that they have left the scrim down, but it seems like they have taken more of the building that used to be next to One Man's Dream down. Let's go into One Man's Dream first, and then we'll head back out and have a look. See, I'm not the only one that makes that smile whenever somebody's taking a picture of me. So the first section of it here is still all the same from when it was One Man's Dream, but this is still Walt Disney Presents. The new name of this little area here, devoted to all of Walt's achievements. Ooh, this used to be where Walt, like the cutout of Walt, was showing off Epcot, or the prototype community of tomorrow. And now there is a Toy Story Land display here. Like, Woody, here are the ride vehicles for the alien swirling saucers. Let me get a little bit closer to them here. So this is going to be very similar to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. It's a whip ride, which will be right there. And then you can see behind it Slinky Dog Coaster. And then this looks like the entrance to Slinky Dog Coaster over here. And look at how long Slinky Dog Coaster is. It takes up almost all of the land in Toy Story Land. Holy cow. And then I think that this here is a gift shop. And then you can see here is the entrance, the new entrance to Toy Story Midway Mania. And they've just kind of painted the building green, but you can see the old entrance back here on the back side of the building. And it looks like there's a couple of other gift shops in there, maybe like a quick service. Okay, yeah. I'm willing to bet that this one over here is a quick service because we can see a few little tables right there set up. So this will be our quick service restaurant, and this will be our gift shop. Pretty neat. The only thing that I'm seeing is that we're sort of hoping there would be a meet and greet with Buzz and Woody walk-around characters, but these statues here kind of tell us otherwise. They're just going to be statues. I'm kind of interested to know what this little pathway here is, because there are decorations here. Maybe this is the exit of the ride. It sort of makes sense. Like, you exit here and go down this little pathway here and then back out into Toy Story Land. And here is a maquette of the Slinky Dog Coaster train. Looks like it's going to be fun. There isn't a model, but there is a lot of artwork here for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Maybe eventually they'll have a model of it here. Look, you can see they have been making models. Maybe this will show up at some point. Potato Land! Potato Land! Potato Land! Oh, they have some ride scenes here. This is going to be awesome. Wow, look, here's a couple more. I think that this is going to be awesome. I'm excited to see also what they mean by 2.5D. And then unfortunately they have a very disappointing model of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This is very nondescript and not at all complete, but you get to see, you know, some of the elements of it. I'm assuming that this is just going to be a restaurant or something, but it doesn't look very exciting at all. Yeah, not really seeing anything too descriptive of what the land will be like, aside from it's going to have a round building, and there's going to be a spaceship transporter up here on top of the building. Another round building. That's it. Well, it kind of explains a little bit about what this specific building is.
Alright, thank you for waiting, everyone.
So this is located on the edge of wild space. This remote outpost is home to all of those who are seeking adventure and opportunity. Pilots, smugglers, rogue traders, and bounty hunters traveling between the frontier and uncharted space. This thriving spaceport is also a convenient safe haven for all others hoping to avoid the expanding reach of the First Order. Ooh, I bet that kid's a smuggler. Oh, it looks like there's almost like a fire inside there. I don't know, some sort of interesting light. Here's a better look at that little light on the inside. And more transparent smugglers. Ooh, transparent smugglers. Back to the Toy Story Land model. Where are the bathrooms, do you think? Also recently added to Walt Disney Presents, a couple of models that weren't here before, like Tower of Terror and Spaceship Earth. I am excited to see the Tower of the Four Winds a little bit more prominently displayed. It used to be in there with Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, but now here it is, front and center. This was the icon of the 1964 World's Fair. Oh look, there's a picture of Walt standing in front of the Tower of the Four Winds. It's pretty neat. This is all new here too. It kind of shows off Disneyland and DCA. So like here's Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. Here is what is called Mission Breakout now. A lot of interesting stuff. Look at there's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And of course, a model of Paradise Pier at DCA. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer down on a level where you can see it better.
Right there. There's a Swiss finger.
I do have to admit, there are more people in One Man's Dream or Walt Disney Presents today than I've ever seen in there before. Usually it's kind of empty. It's kind of packed in there today. Looking over from Walt Disney Presents, you can see all of the demolition work they've done, creating the new entrance to Toy Story Land right here. And this used to be the Adventures of Captain Jack Sparrow. I took a little bit of a step to the left, so now One Man's Dream or Walt Disney Presents is over here, and you can see the extent of what they're taking down, including this area over here, to create a new larger opening so that more people can get into Toy Story Land. And check this out. Look at that, you can see a little section of Slinky Dog Coaster just over the fence. Slinky Dog Coaster is gonna be so big. Well, I feel like I answered my own question. The bathrooms are still gonna be back here to the right of what was the what will be the old entrance to Midway Mania. Look at that, just over top of the bathrooms next to Toy Story Midway Mania, you can see a little remnant of Disney's MGM Studios. Stage 3, this used to be all sound stages where they did actual television and film production, and it's now turned into Toy Story Midway Mania. It seems like Midway Mania is only a 35-minute wait, so that means there are not very many people here in the park today. Guess who's back? Cruiser Ramirez is back. She was just away for the hurricane. She's got her sign and everything, but there she is, listening to rock and roll. And I think that this will be a side entrance to Star Wars Land. We can't see very much from here. Let's go around the other side by Star Tours to see it better. As a side note, all of the stage and all of the tents for the Star Wars show are back. Look, you can see C-3PO just right there. Just walking up to what will become Grand Avenue, and the fences are back up, so we can't see into Grand Avenue anymore. But check this out, the Baseline Tap House has its sign up now, and it looks awesome. There was definitely a lot better view of all of this when the fence was down, but here it is. It's back up, and it looks like they have started doing a lot more work. I don't think that this entire archway was here before. The Miss Piggy fountain is still underneath cover, like still behind plywood walls and plywood coverings. So I'm assuming that this was not for the hurricane, just something else. Whatever they're doing, who knows. Looking down Grand Avenue here, it looks like this will be opening soonish, because you can see they've started adding props to the fire escapes. They've added curtains to the windows. So I'm assuming they want to get this open as quick as possible and move these construction walls back to the front entrance there, that archway that we were looking at earlier. They have moved those AT-ATs like way back into the building. There's so much more steel out here. This building is just growing and growing and growing. This is impressive. I cannot wait to see what happens inside of here. There's just so much building there. It is really impressive. I came upstairs to the balcony, the second story of Pizza Rizzo, see if I can get a better view of what's going on here with this entrance right outside of Star Wars Land, right next to Muppets. Can't really tell. This is just a new archway. I think that this will be maybe a tunnel or some sort of entrance to Star Wars Land, or maybe like a way to divert you in between Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land. Check this out. You can see some of the Slinky Dog Coaster. Sorry, I'm trying not to move here.
Must learn from you.
Look at Kylo Ren taking after his grandpa, attacking kids. We had originally thought that they drained Echo Lake for Hurricane Irma, but it sort of looks like they are just doing refurbishment on it. You can see a couple of bobcats down there, and everything is still dry. Looks like they were cleaning out all the dirt and such that was down here. All the nastiness, making it pretty again. Never noticed that this like tuft of grass was actually like supported, like floating up above the water. I thought maybe it was like actually part of the land, but it's not. It's just like a planter that they have supported by steel beams here. Oh, and they cut down one of the palm trees here in the center. I don't know if that was due to Hurricane Irma damage or if they just had to cut it down. Maybe they're gonna put a new one in there. You can see some of the construction equipment they have down here, and you can see they use some like faux fallen trees to cover up this pipe. But it looks like they've taken one section of it off the pipe so that they can see what they're doing down here. There's another little section of fallen tree, like fake fallen tree, covering up a piece of pipe there, and it looks like they've really kind of dug out some of the island here. I really am impressed that none of these crazy skinny palm trees got knocked down during the hurricane. That is impressive. They look like they would snap like twigs. On the way out though, you can see lots of hurricane damage, lots of fallen trees. They even had to cut this one. If you look closely, you can see the Tower of Terror back there through the trees. Because there were leaves taken off the trees, you can actually see through them now. So there you have it. Disney's Hollywood Studios after the hurricane. And what we'll do is we'll put a link to the video up here in the corner and down here in the description down below from before the hurricane, so you guys can see versus right now. One Man's Dream or Walt Disney Presents. Amazing. I can't wait for Toy Story Land to open. That model looks amazing. Kind of disappointed in the Star Wars Land Galaxy's Edge model because it wasn't very big at all. But with that being said, we are off, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Now it's time to pay the price!